Hey there everybody, Go to the Gamer here with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. In fact, this is going to be a speed duel deck profile for King of the Skull Servants. So basically, I'm just going to explain quickly what I'm basing. So I bought a bunch of packs of the Speed Duel Arena of Lost Souls, and these cards are all a result basically out of it. So I've got of 15 monsters. I think it's 9 spells and 6 traps. So I've got all 3 of the bone skill cards, so I'm just gonna showcase those cards within this video. So let's get it on way. Okay, so this top card here is just a double of the Call of the Haunted that I got from my buddy before I got the actual Call of the Haunted itself. So basically, this is what the cards look like. If you're not a speed dueler yet, it shows you when you can activate the effect. And it says Bones and skill card. So obviously Bones is this kid here. If you really haven't seen the show, he's that creepy kid that looks like a skeleton. Okay, so we're gonna get this on way. So first of all, I've got the skill. This is my favorite skill card so far. It's Ectoplasmic Fortification. So what that does is every time I have it, every turn when I get a zombie monster on the field, well, every turn, once per turn, when I have a zombie monster on the field, I get a counter on this card, and then it gains 100 attack. Every zombie monster gains 100 attack, but they lose 100 attack. Also, if the damage I take involving a zombie monsters, involving one of my zombie monsters, I take double the damage. Okay. So the next one I have is the Call of the Haunted. It's just like the Call of the Haunted spell card. And then the next one is Straight to the Grave. And it's just like the Wasteland spell card. So you put it in your spell and trap zone. And you use it like that. Okay, so on to the monsters. Okay, so next I run 3 copies of King of Skull Servant. So you have to. So his effect is basically you gain 1,000 times any Skull Servant or King of Skull Servants in the graveyard to your attack and defense points. He's a 1-star, so you can automatically summon him to the field. So my strategy for this card is basically before I even summon him, have a Skull Servant in my hand or on the field, have it destroyed or milled to the graveyard, and then try and get as many as I can. Like, I'll do 2 of these. Like, let's say I have 2 of these in my graveyard, then he gains 1,000 attack. So, for each. So that's King of Skull Servants. Then I run Skull Servant itself. So I run 3 Skull Servants, which are very intricate to this deck because they're used to bring out King of Skull Servant's attack. 300 attack, 200 defense, I believe. Yep, and not much of a looker, obviously, and not much of a. He's not that great of a monster, but he's definitely not used for attacking and defending. He's used to be milled to the graveyard in this deck. Next card I'm going to show you is Dragon Zombie. I run 3 of him. And basically he's just a 16 attacker, 0 defender. Best beatdown zombie in this set by far. So I run 3 of him. Then I run 2 Armored Zombie. Now some people may ask, why 2 Armored Zombie? 2 Armored Zombie because I like the look of Armored Zombie more than Snake Hair. And sometimes you gotta put your favorite cards into your deck more than the cards that you really want. It's the heart and soul of your deck, right? So that's why Armored Zombie. 1,500 and 0. Next, I run 1 copy of the Snake Hair. So again, a 1,500, 1,200, and yeah, just a good beatdown card. Now, I only run 5 different, six different effect monsters. So the 3 Kings of Skull Servants, and then I run 2 Decade Commander. So when it's normal summoned, if I have a Zombie Tiger in my hand, I can bring that Zombie Tiger to I can special summon it to the field. If I inflict battle damage to my opponent by a card effect, or by a direct attack, I can discard 1 random card from my opponent's hand. And then Zombie Tiger. Zombie Tiger is a union. A zombie type and a union type. He's 1400. And 1400 and then 1600 defense, so he's a good defender. And he's got a decent attack, but he's a union monster, so basically his effect is once per turn, you can target 1 Decade Commander you control, equip this to it, or unequip this card, and special summon it back to into attack mode. While equipped by this effect, the equipped monster gains 500 attack and defense. If this card... sorry, give me a minute, guys. If the equipped monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, discard 1 random card from their hand. A monster can be equipped with 1 union monster at a time. If the equipped monster can be destroyed by battle, destroy this card. So it's your basic union monster with a pretty decent effect. So that's the monsters. So next we're going to go to spell cards. And like I said, I think I've got 9 spell cards. And like I said, I'm basing this off of a draw and milled powered deck. So I have 2 Veil of Darkness. So Veil of Darkness is a very, very good card, especially when trying to draw. So basically during your draw phase, if you draw a dark monster, you can reveal it. You can reveal any number of them, and then send them to the graveyard. Then you can draw one. Then you can draw 1 more card that turn. So, like, I'll activate Veil. Next turn, if I summon a Skull Servant, or even a King of Skull Servants, I'll send it to the graveyard, just to have it in the graveyard for when I bring out another King of Skull Servants to the field. And then that's basically what I do that for. So it's not terrible. It's definitely to get things moving faster for the King of Skull Servants. Now this by far is probably the best card in the deck. I have 9 normal monsters, so I run 2 White Elephant's Gift. So basically, I send 1 face-up non-effect monster I control to the graveyard, and then draw 2 cards. So again, it's a good draw power card. I would rather prefer to use that than stuff like Violet Crystal or Stop Attack. Now I have 1 half shut. Basically, my monster's not destroyed, but my attack is halved during that turn. I have 1 D-Spell. D-Spell basically allows me to pick a face-down card and destroy it if it's a spell card. If not, it goes back face down. 1 Shallow Grave. So the Shallow Grave basically allows you and your opponent to bring out 1 monster in face-down defense mode, and that's counted as a special summon. So, like, let's say I have, let's say, like, my last line of defense for my King of Skull Servants is destroyed. I'll bring out King of Skull Servants, and then in face-down defense, and then if I didn't normal summon, I can flip summon it as its normal summon. So yeah. Next, this is my last spell card. I have 2 Wicked Breaking Flamberge Bow. So you discard 1 card. Again, discard the Skull Servant if I have 1 in my hand, and then equip this to King of Skull Servants or any other monster I have on the field, just to give it some more power to bring up its attack points. Okay. So there's 1 more kind of card that I run in this, and this is Traps. So let's get on to those. So for Traps, I run 3 Conscription. So I activate this on my opponent's turn, and they have to excavate the top card of their deck, and if it's a monster, I get their monster. If not, then it goes to their hand. And the last one I play is 3 copies of Common Charity. So I 3 copies of Common Charity. And what Common Charity does is draw 2 cards, and then I have to I have to banish 1 normal monster from my hand, or I have to discard my whole hand if I don't have a normal monster to banish. Okay, so guys, that's my Skull Servant deck profile. I do have Mammoth, Great Mammoth Goldvine, but I don't have any polymerizations. I have not bought any of the structure decks, so I don't have a poly. So I will not use Mammoth Goldvine until I get a poly. But until then, guys, I'll see you in the next video.